welcome back to Moon Medicine Yoga. It's me, Allison, and today's practice is inspired by the new moon in Aries and Aries season. A passionate and headstrong sign, Aries is the ram of the night sky. Ram has played an important role in the religion and mythology of many cultures. He appears in ancient Egypt, Celtic symbolism, Hindu mythology, the Chinese zodiac, and even the Navajo creation story. Ram often symbolizes strength, knowledge, and fertility. The first new moon of the spring is all about fresh starts. We awaken from our winter slumber, rested, and perhaps a little restless for a new season. As we leave winter behind, Aries calls on us to begin new personal journeys with an independent and pioneering spirit. As we set our new moon intentions, let's use our heads and think through the what, the how, and the why in order to manifest our dreams into reality. Once again, a very happy new moon to you. If this is your first time here, you're very welcome. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming yoga with the moon and the seasons. If you're interested, there is an optional playlist for class linked down in the description. Now let's get into something comfortable. We'll get started right after this. We'll start simply in an easy seated pose. Let's start by noticing the breath, maybe feeling it over the tips of your fingers. In honor of Aries, today's class will relieve tension in the head and the eyes. Aries rules these parts of the body, and today's yoga will help energy and ideas flow more freely, helping us to see our path and our passions more clearly. So let's blink the eyes open and start to rub the palms together, really creating some friction, get some heat going, and then place your palms over the eyes. Allow the eyes to relax behind the hands. Soften the muscles around the eyes and turn your awareness inward as you deepen the breath. And just notice what it's like to give your sense of sight a rest. And now slowly releasing. Inhale, stretch the arms out. And then interlace the hands behind the head, supporting the base of the skull. Open the elbows wide, looking a bit like we have ram horns. Engage the core. As you exhale, side bend to the right. Point the elbow to the ground. Inhale back to center. Exhale left, crunching through the left side body as you point the elbow to the earth. Inhale back to center. And keep going with your own breath here, keeping the belly strong and the heart open. Inhale back to center and pause. And now using the thumbs, massage the base of the skull with little circular movements, applying whatever pressure feels best. Maybe starting with a softer touch and building to a little more pressure. Keep breathing. And on your exhale, tabletop. Once here, roll the head in clockwise circles, moving with the breath. You can stay just with this or add a jump rope motion down the spine. Rounding up to the sky, opening the heart forward. On your inhale, come back to tabletop. And exhale into child's pose, hips on heels. From here, lift your head, look to the right, and then set your head back down. Breathing into the gentle neck and temple release. Inhale, lift your head to look left, and then set it back down. Take a nice deep cleansing breath here. Inhale, lift the head back to center, rising up to tabletop. Start your head circles again, this time going counterclockwise. Maybe extending that movement down the spine for this jump rope variation of cat-cow. Starting to slow down, inhale back to tabletop. On the exhale, we're going to shift towards child's pose. As you do, thread the right arm across the chest, turning your head to the left. Relax the hips on the heels, relax into the shoulder. You can walk your left hand over to the right side of your mat or wrap that arm around your back. On your inhale, release, coming back to center, lifting a little bit to thread the left arm through. Turn your head to the right. And exhale, settle into the stretch. And you can walk that free hand over towards the other side of the mat or wrap your arm around the back. Try to do whatever you did on the first side. On your breath in, start to unwind, pulling through tabletop, exhale to downward facing dog. And this might sound strange, but once here, start to make some funny faces. Just like tensing and relaxing the muscles of the face. Open and flex the mouth. Lift and lower the eyebrows, squint the eyes, scrunch the face. You can even blubber some breaths out of the lips. Just notice all that tension getting released from the face. Now finding stillness, come back to the breath. On your inhale, plank pose. Exhale, drop the knees and lower slowly to the belly. Hands under shoulders. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift the heart for cobra. Just a little one. Exhale, child's pose. On your inhale, lifting up, walk your hands about halfway to your knees. Place your right hand behind the head and inhale, point your elbow to the sky. Exhale, close the heart, pointing the elbow towards the earth. Keep repeating with your breath. Inhale, the elbow points up. Exhale, close the heart, pointing the elbow towards the ground. Just one or two more. Exhale, release the hand down, tuck the toes, and lift your hips for a forward bend, walking your hands towards the feet. We're going to once again interlace the hands behind the base of the skull. And if it feels okay, this time bring the elbows towards one another, applying pressure to the ears. Should muffle out the sound and allow you to draw the awareness inward. Don't pull on the neck unnecessarily, just let gravity do all the work here. On your inhale, release. Hands to the shins, lifting halfway. Exhale, folding back down. Inhale, rise, reach up to the sky. Exhale, fold right back down into your bend. Inhale, lift halfway. Then walk the hands a bit forward to bring the knees to the mat, sitting on the heels. Start by planting the hands, and then we'll bring the left hand behind the base of the skull, pointing the elbow up to the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, close it up, pointing the elbow to the earth. Move with your breath. It's like flapping one wing, opening the heart, opening the shoulder, warming the spine. On your exhale, release the left hand to the mat. Tuck the toes. Exhale, forward fold, walking the hands in towards the feet. This time, grab opposite elbows, letting the head dangle between the arms. Relax the jaw. Inhale, releasing hands to shins, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach up. Exhale again, folding back down. Inhale, halfway lift, maybe hands to shins. Walking the hands forward into downward facing dog, or you can flush through the vinyasa. And we'll meet in down dog, or if you need a rest, just take a child's pose. From down dog, inhale, the right leg lifts to the sky. Exhale, step that foot up through the hands for warrior one. Ground your back foot at 45 degrees and rise up, reaching the arms to the sky. The knee is stacking right over the heel here. Really strong base. Keep breathing. And then interlacing hands behind the back. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, bow your heart to the inside of the knee for a humble warrior. Gaze to your back foot. And if it feels okay, send the knuckles overhead. Let the head and neck relax. To release, press into the front foot. Inhale, warrior one, reaching up. And then straighten the front leg. Bring your hands to your hips and now turn those right toes in parallel. In fact, you're slightly pigeon-toed here. The toes are a little more narrow than the heels. Inhale, lift your heart, squeezing the elbows back. Exhale, fold in half. Bringing your hands down to the mat. You can heel to the feet a bit wider. Wide-legged forward fold. Letting the head surrender to the heart. Your inhale, lift to the fingertips halfway. Walk the hands around to frame the right foot in runner's lunge. Moving with the breath, let's cat-cow the spine. Inhale, open the heart, look forward. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Gather your navel in. Couple more on your own. On your next breath, step back to plank and lower slowly to the belly. Bring your legs together and then bend the right knee. Reach back with the right hand to catch the foot. Rest your head on your left arm and just press into that right hip flexor, opening the quad. You can stay here or extending your left hand forward, lifting your heart, going a bit deeper into the back bend. Or going a bit further, lift everything for half bow pose. It's like you're in bow pose on the right side, in locust pose on the left side. One more deep breath. Exhale, release. Create a little forehead pillow with your hands and wiggle your hips from side to side, letting it go. On your inhale, press back to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can stay here or flush through the vinyasa. From down dog, inhale, lift the left leg high and behind. Exhale, step the foot up through the hands for warrior one. Drop your back heel at 45 degrees and inhale, rise up. Make sure the belly's engaged here. The arms are long and strong, but the shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. When you're ready, interlacing hands behind the back with the awkward thumb on top. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, look up. Exhale, humble warrior, bow your heart to the inside of your front leg, sending the knuckles overhead. You can just gaze at your back foot, letting the head dangle. To release, press into the front foot, rise up, warrior one, and straighten the front leg. With the hands on the hips, let's create that stance for wide-legged forward folds. On your inhale, squeeze the elbows back, looking up. As you exhale, hinge at the hips and fold. You can bring your hands down to the mat. Maybe reach out and hold your feet. Again, think about the crown of the head getting heavy towards the mat. Inhale, lift to the fingertips. Exhale, walk the hands around to frame the left foot for our cat-cow runner's lunges. Inhale, open your heart, look forward. Exhale, round the spine, gathering in. Move with your breath. On your inhale, step back to plank, lowering slowly to the belly. Bring the legs together, and this time bend the left knee. Reach back with the left hand to grab the foot. Resting your head on your right arm. Just take a moment to enjoy the quad stretch, pressing into that left hip crease. You could stay here or extending the right arm, press into the right hand, lift your heart for the back bend. Or further still, lifting everything up for half bow. Exhale, slowly release. Create that little forehead pillow with your hands and wiggle your hips. Hands under shoulders, inhale through tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you'd like, you can flow through the vinyasa one more time, or just stay in the dog. From here, let's exhale, knees to mat, kneeling and preparing for hare pose, a great pose for spring. So once you're here, sitting on the heels, interlace the hands behind the back. As you inhale, lengthen the arms, rolling the shoulder heads back, and slowly lower your head to the mat, folding over your legs. Once here, on the exhale, lift your hips, rolling lightly to the crown of the head. And if it feels okay, send the knuckles to the sky. On your exhale, release to child's pose, arms back by your sides, rocking your hips and your head from side to side. On your inhale, slowly rise. We're going to make our way onto the back. Once you're here, open the arms to a T. Bend the knees, bring the feet to the floor. For a twist, shift your hips to the right. Let your knees fall over to the left. You can hold your top thigh with your hand. Come back to deep rounds of breath. Inhale slowly back to center, shifting your hips over to the left side of your mat, letting the knees fall right. You can support yourself with the right hand on your top thigh. Inhale slowly back to center, drawing the knees into the chest. Then setting the feet down, bring the soles of the feet together, open the knees wide, and then cross the arms over the eyes. Again, giving the eyes another rest, turning the awareness inward. Deep breaths as we prepare for rest. And when you're ready, you can release, taking shape for final rest, either lying flat in Shavasana or in whatever pose feels really restful and good for you. Take a moment to relax the muscles of the face, the jaw, the skin around the eyes. Relax the scalp and the ears. Just let the back of the head get really heavy, melting into the mat, and enjoy your rest. Now starting to transition back. Deep in the breath and rock your head from side to side. Move the fingers and toes and stretch the arms overhead. Bring the feet to the floor and roll onto your right side for the fetal position. Gently, gently coming back. Let's press up to a comfortable seat, the hands at heart center. Thank you for honoring the new moon in Aries with me tonight. To close, let's bring the thumbs to the third eye and bow to honor each other. Before you leave, like the video and make sure you're subscribed. Please leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you and how you're feeling under this new moon. You can support the channel by making a donation or by becoming a channel member. All the links for that stuff is in the description. Your support has been so amazing. I'm so grateful for this beautiful moon community. And thanks again for being here. I will see you again soon on the mat and under the moon. Bye, yogis.